How is it going, everybody? Scott the MassNERDerer here, and today we're going to be talking Medal of Honor Warfighter game modes. But wait, this is not your typical commentary. This is a tri-commentary featuring Kulprit008 and CloudedTruth, a veteran Medal of Honor player. Because you know, me and Kulprit were not huge into the Medal of Honor series prior to this. And if you enjoy this tri-commentary series, I'd really love you to go in the description and look, because we have different parts of this commentary talking about the classes, abilities a little bit more, and talking about the score chains on each of their channels. So we have a different commentary in all of our channels. Really interesting stuff. You know, we'd love to hear your opinions too, and as we're getting really close to getting to this beta, so when you're done watching this video, yes, watch the whole thing, go to the description, click on the links and go to their channels and watch them out, and you know, tell them what you think. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about game modes, and honestly, in games, for me, game modes are like one of the most important things, because I get bored playing the same thing over and over again. So I'm really excited to see new game modes, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on game modes in general before we start talking about these specifically. I mean, how about the 2010 game modes? What did you think of those, Clouded?
They were overall, they tried to have a pretty good mixture. They had Team Assault, which was like Team Deathmatch, which for me, honestly, I hate, because I'm a run and gun player, and that was more catering to the passive.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say campy, but it was a pretty slow game mode. And Sector Control was a fast-paced game mode. It was objective focused, because you've got to gain control of the flags to gain map control. And it was just, for me, it was just more fun. It was a much more fast-paced game. Combat Mission was also another fun game mode, but a lot of players, especially on some specific maps, they just wanted to snipe because the maps are so huge and there's trees and rocks and bushes everywhere. They just want to snipe and get their support tree kill in order. And it was just not fun because they never played the objective, and you go against a defensive team that's pretty good, there's no way you're ever going to win, and it just wasn't fun. So for me, Sector Control was really the game mode I played the most. I just loved it, and that's where probably 95% of my time in Medal of Honor 2010.
Probably why they're bringing it back. I think people probably enjoyed it. You know,
it's the bread and butter. I mean, for any game. I mean, basically, it's domination. So it's
Yep. So what we know so far, I mean, none of us have done a ton of research trying to dig out if there's anything they haven't announced yet, but as far as we know, we got the 3 game modes. We got Sector Control coming back, then we have Hotspot and Home Run. So let's talk about Hotspot, which from what we've seen so far, we're thinking it's sort of like a headquarters from Call of Duty type. And I know Kulprit and I talked about this earlier, and we said we both really enjoyed headquarters in Call of Duty. So what's your guys' opinions on this mode? You know, what do you want to say about it? What do you think?
Yeah, right out of that. I mean, this is the one I'm most excited about personally, because I mean, we have nothing like it in Battlefield. So I haven't played this mode since Black Ops, which I really enjoyed. It was probably my favorite in Black Ops. So this would kind of, I see this one filling that role of maybe like a squad rushy type of game mode for me, where team tactics, very smart play, very tactical. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting my hopes up, but you know, whereas Sector Control is more run and gun, always moving, fast paced. This to me would be a little more strategic, a little slower. Hold the ground, defend ground. You know, it's just clear-cut roles, and that's kind of what I hope every game always has.
With randomly generated objectives, though, because I played a lot of headquarters in Call of Duty, it can add that really, you know, it can get hectic, which can be fun. Chaos, but if you play smart, you can, because you can be in one and then it spawns. You know, you die, and you're on the other side of the map, and then the new one spawns right near you. So it's like, oh crap, I'm here, and then other teams running. Right. But you can still play
communication.
So,
there's a big, you know, priority of communication, that's for sure.
But having some randomness to it, and hopefully they're, you know, it's not so easy you can just like pick up the cycle, like, okay, it's gonna be here next. It actually is random. Add some excitement to it. I'm looking forward to it. So how about, you know, our Medal of Honor veteran, Clouded, what do you think of Hotspot?
It looks pretty fun. Like, Combat Mission was a lot like Rush and Battlefield 3, except there's usually 1 instead of 2 objectives, and I think actually the randomness can, I don't know, I kind of like the randomness, because it really forces you to gain a lot of map knowledge and play this game a lot, because before it was just like, it was the same thing, at least in Medal of Honor 2010 and in Battlefield 3, it's the same rush path every time, and this adds just not really a sense of, like, I don't know, like out of control, like you don't know what's going to happen, but it's, I don't know, it's just a sense of, I don't really know the right word, it's like it's anticipation almost. Yeah, it's just you don't know. And
a new spot. Go on, sorry.
It could be fun. I'm just looking forward, because I think just, I don't know, having the randomness in it. Maybe you're going to spawn, you know, like you said, closer to 1, and the defenders, it's like, oh crap, you know, where there's objectives right there, they're going to be just, you know, right down the road from us, and I think they could add a lot more excitement to the game mode.
It just makes it a new experience each time you play it, really, and that's something I like.
It combats camping too, because you're not able to just dig in, or sniping for that matter. They can't just say, I'm going to go on this rooftop for this MCOM, or you know what I mean. So Yeah, and like I said, it puts a priority on communication, which forces teamwork. So, on paper, it's my favorite one right now for sure.
we have high hopes. I know we can't go. We'd love to hear you guys in the comments trying to chime in on it. But then what we also have is Home Run, which is their new thing they came up with, and I guess it was actually community named, I believe. So it was from some Facebook thing they had. But anyway, what do you guys think of this one? What are you thinking so far?
Is this Home Run or Home Rum? Because there's a typo on the page I'm looking at.
Oh, Home Rum is on the page. I think it's Home Run. And I think it was community named, and maybe they're changing the name.
Capture the flag, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So Home Run makes sense, I just realized there was a typo in front of me.
What are you guys thinking? What do you think?
Yeah, it seems like a cross between Capture the Flag and Search and Destroy, with the one life. So
yeah.
I don't typically like one lives. I think it slows it down too much and it makes it a little campy. But it can make some pretty epic, 1v1s at the end of a game and things like that. So I like you. Give me 20 game modes. Give me variety. Let me choose what I like. So I don't mind it at all, and I will check it out. But I don't see this one being a mainstay for me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I want to introduce Home Run. I forgot I didn't really explain what it is. Just so you guys know, what the description of it is it pits two teams against each other with only one life. One team must capture one of two flags and bring it back to their home base before being completely eliminated. So each team only has one life, and there's two flags on the map. You go for one of them, the other team goes for the other one. So Clouded, what are you thinking after hearing that?
I think this game mode, for me, just by reading the description, I think it really has its place for a competitive, high-skilled players.
That's what it is.
For random hubs, I think it's just going to be incredibly slow, and people are just going to camp a lot. But in competitive gameplays, I think this is a lot like Squad Rush for Battlefield 3, where a lot of competitive guys play it. I think Home Run could do this because when you get players that are just incredibly intelligent, they learn the maps, and they work together as a team, I think this could be extremely exciting to play, even to watch, just people play this game mode. And I think really for the veterans of the game, once they put enough time into it, I think this could turn out to be one of the better game modes for competitives, where it's just randoms. I'll play it, but I think it's going to be incredibly risky just because I don't like playing against campers and things like that, because for me, I'm the run and gun, and campers for me, like, they just...
You brought up a point I haven't thought about at all, though, and that's like, are we going to see esports? Are we going to see competitive play here? And I think if anyone has the opportunity, this one might, but we'll have to see if they're willing to support it. Battlefield 3 didn't come through, really. We'll see if they come through. But speaking on what you guys were talking about, the one life thing could be campy, and I feel like if we think back to Call of Duty, which we've compared to a couple of times, but just, is the standard in first-person shooter. It's in Search and Destroy, yeah. Sometimes it can be really campy, but if you play with a good team who's communicating, you guys can pick up the pace because you know that if one of you goes down, you get that call out, and your team's gonna take him down and no problem. So it's sort of, I think with a good team, you can up it up, and it could be up the speed, up it up, and it could be exciting. It could be a fun thing. But
yeah, I like that they went to two flags too, where it's not just one. It's you see that with Rush. This way, it's gonna eliminate some of the camping. I mean, obviously they'll camp choke points and things like that, but you can't just have a defender, down scoping a flag, right? And with two. So I think that's a nice little twist too. So I'm interested and I'll check it out, but
for sure
it won't be my primary, that's for sure.
Definitely. Anything else you guys want to wrap up about the game modes?
No, I'm probably going with Sector Control. That's all I'm going to say. The other one, because the thing is that a lot of veterans have played Medal of Honor 2010, and that's just, at least for me, that was my favorite game mode. So I think a lot of them, that's what they'll jump in first. Like I did that when I first bought Battlefield 3 after the beta. The first match I jumped in was Rush on Metro, because that's what I knew. And I wanted to get it, and I knew the map. And I think it'll be the same thing for Sector Control. I know the game mode. Generally, how it flows, I won't, because the new maps and everything.
Right. But I think everybody knows how Sector. Even if you never picked up Medal of Honor before, you're gonna know Sector Control. It's everybody's played it. In one variation or the other. So I mean, I think that's a safe way to do it. But it's really gonna matter on the maps. Is what it's gonna come down to.
And yes, I'm going to count that as my victory against those fools who kept running me over this match. I mean, I don't know if it's the same characters or not, but I'm going to count it as my little victory. Anyway, that is all of the try commentary. Like I said, we did more on each of their channels. So what you do is go to the description right now. You're going to see a link to both of them. If the videos aren't uploaded at exactly the same time, you might see it coming soon. But I promise, very shortly, it'll be in there for you. You can check that out. Or you can just head over to their channels regardless. And that was a game, we don't see too much Conquest out here. I am excited to try Sector Control. hopefully it's going to be a lot more action-packed, shorter videos, and I look forward to that. I sort of enjoy watching those more, so hopefully you do too. While you're here, if you want to swing by any of my other links I have, you know, you can check me out on Twitter, Facebook, my Steam community, my forums, and probably more. They're all in the description. Go down there, click on the links, come hang out with me, watch my live streams, whatever, or stay tuned here on YouTube for more Medal of Honor videos. Beta coming very soon. Let's hope it's a great game, and we'll have more too. Happy gaming, everyone.